What up? So the time is officially here. This is going to be episode 1, day 1 of us transforming this fresh off the boat, normal looking Acty. There's nothing wrong with it, but we're gonna turn this into a very cool WayBeforeTheFame spec Honda Acty. In today's video, I'm gonna tackle the most important stuff. Let's get the maintenance done. So I have an air filter, spark plug wire, spark plugs, oil filter. Might eventually go the gym route and add some NOS. That's just some style points along with one of these. At some point, we're also gonna add these Honda VX rims. Perfect time correct setup. These are 13s. I just have to get new tires for them, and then those are just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. We're also gonna add the red emblem at some point, along with LED headlights, painting the calipers yellow, painting the bed black, and maybe even add some extra special things to the Acty. But if you're first time watching one of my videos, my name is Nick and I love K cars. K is the way. This is technically K car build number 14. This hot tamale's K car build number 11, and this guy is number 13. So as you can tell, I obviously love K cars and I love building them. So shout out to you guys for coming back to the channel, continuing to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're one of my Patreon members, a big thank you to you. If you haven't joined my Patreon yet, consider doing it. It's $5 a month. I do a bunch of free giveaways in there. I give you guys exclusive content. Like I picked this up days ago and I already showed them. And I even posted the new car that I'm getting in July that I'm definitely not going to talk about till that gets there. But let's remove this engine cover. Let's start with the maintenance. I'm probably gonna mount these tires on too because I'm curious if they rub. And then at some point, we gotta see what the 3 spokes look on there. First time popping this. Dirty, dusty, which is expected. Definitely gonna have to give this a nice clean. I'm gonna bring it to Teggy at the end of the build so he can give this a full detail along with cleaning up the headlights. But for now, let's just pop these 3 off, get the air filter, which is black air box right here. And then I would also love to get an exhaust, but I don't think it's in my budget or time friendly. There's a lot of things that I would love to do. There's a dude with a blue Acty that has a spoiler. I would love to get one of those. I hit up Odd Devices. Let's see if we get some parts for my car as well. But I also forgot to mention, which is kind of the whole reason that I'm even doing this, is because I need to finish this car in 5 days. And once I'm done, I'm driving it from New York to Ohio. New York to Ohio, 8 hours in an Acty. My first ever K-truck road trip. So yeah. Not only am I just building this car for fun and content, we're also gonna put all my stuff to the real test. And let's see if I can drive this safely 8 hours from New York City to Cleveland, Ohio. If anyone's in the Cleveland, Ohio area as well, it'd be cool to do a little meetup over there, or maybe like if I'm driving past one of the interstates. And yes, I'm also driving it on the interstate. I'm not one of those K users who like to take the back roads and make the trip 7 hours longer. No, we're driving this in the interstate. We're gonna stay far right and we're gonna make it there in one piece, no problem. The spark plug wires that I bought are for a Mitsubishi Pajero Mini. So I don't know if they're gonna work. I saw some people that say they will. I saw some others that showed like the one strictly from Japan. But we're gonna hope and see if it works. I definitely got the plugs right, but I would love to freshen this up with new plugs and wires. So let's start with cylinder number 3. We're gonna be replacing the spark plugs with these. Out with the old, in with the new. So here's the size of spark plug wire number 3. It's about maybe like 8 inches. This one is closer to 12, but I don't think it looks terrible. This one is just a lot shorter. I think spark plug wire 2-in-1 should look a lot better. I'll probably be able to just clamp it here like I'm gonna do with this one. But now let's swap over the other 2. Another dirty spark plug. I do have to say, as someone who's on the street and now on the Acty, the truck is so much easier to work on because you don't have the doors and I could just sit in the bed and do this from up top. But all 3 spark plugs out, all very dirty. Let me put the last new one in, then we'll put the last 2 spark plug wires, and then from there we'll work on the air filter in the back. This is looking 1000% better now. All 4 wires in. Now let's clip this off. Twist this little wing nut. Grab this air filter. Pop this bad boy in. Hardest part is finding the hole, which is usually always an issue with me. How do we get this? Got it. Hop this back on. Just like that. In about 30 seconds, new air filter. What we're gonna do now is just move the car here. I'm gonna jack up the back, drain the oil, swap that over with a new filter. And then I wanna put this VXs on and just make sure they don't rub with this tire size. These are 175/70/13s. I think this might be too tall, but I definitely need to figure out a wheel combo ASAP. I have to get this car done in 5 days, and this is something that I most likely would have to ship from eBay or Amazon. So we gotta figure out the wheels ASAP. And now to swap the oil. Again, it's pretty easy on the Acties. You just want to get underneath this rear wheel, and the filter is right there. Luckily, this one didn't take much to remove. And then the oil drain is right there. It's a 17. Damn, I try to be clean. Unlike this oil, which is jet black. Now let's remove this. I'm using the All Reliable Blue Honda filter and this Castrol 10W30. So I lubed up the tip and added a little bit of oil in there. Now let's just install this. And tight. All right, that's good. And now before I put the car back on the ground, here's a look underneath. I would say it looks really good. I don't see any rust or rot. Axles don't have a cracked boot or ripped boot. And now, let's put the 13s on. Damn, I can't rock this. Maybe if I had a spacer to work. It's gonna look ugly without that. Yeah, I gotta grab a spacer. There's no way we're not rocking this. 30 minutes of research later. Shout out to the Honda Acty Enthusiast Facebook group. So I put Honda VX there because I know a lot of people run these and the HXs. And what I've learned is most people just don't have the center caps in general, so that's not really a problem. And the people that do run them, I saw that only the front wheels have the Honda center cap. In the back, they don't have anything. And then I also saw posts where someone ordered some from Amazon. I think they were like 30 or 40 bucks and they fit perfectly over both of them, but they don't have the Honda logo. But because I'm on a tight schedule and a tight budget, what I'm gonna do is just rock these in the front with the Honda center cap, and the back is just gonna be empty and have the bell there, which isn't the end of the world. It does fit with the spacer. You can see on this side, I got the wheels on, the spacer's on there tight. But if I'm gonna drive this 8 hours from New York City to Cleveland, Ohio, I would love to have a bit more thread holding on my tire. That definitely doesn't look safe. So what I'm gonna do is just take the spacers off. Let's mount all 4 wheels on. I was also reading in the group that a lot of people are running 175/70s with no issue, and that's what I currently have. So let's see if I have any rubbing. And then we still have a lot of work to do. I have to remove this, prep it for the bed liner, sand all this down, remove all 4 sides. I wanna clean this up and put the H4 LEDs in there. Definitely have to get these repainted black, maybe even do the front bumper, maybe the eyelids as well. I found someone that has California mirrors. Maybe I'll buy those. And I even found someone that has an exhaust. So I might blow the budget, but at least I bring you guys a great Honda Acty build. And probably the only Honda Acty build, because you guys know how I feel about Honda Actys. We're not going to talk about it because I'm building it. But you guys know I have a special place in K-car heaven or hell when it comes to the Acty. Yeah, it's definitely rubbing on the 175/70 13. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 155/80 13s, and those should be fine and they should clear the spring. Also, center cap stays on, which is good. I think what I'm gonna do now is just move the car over there And I think wheel-wise, I don't really need to drive it. Like I said, it 100% rubs. Like, look, I can't even spin the wheel because it's rubbing on the spring over there. So I'm gonna just prep this for paint. And then for shits and gigs, we gotta put the 3 spokes basically on any K car I have. How can you honestly say that this doesn't look good? All my 3-spoke haters out there, you're telling me that this doesn't look good? This looks really good, don't get me wrong. We're gonna go with this. But this, before I get rid of this car, I'm gonna put all 4 on and we're gonna drive around. I'm gonna have someone record me so I get some cool rollers. But wow, look at that. First start since swapping over the plugs, wires, and oil. I didn't record this part, but as you can see, I made quite a mess. If you don't have one of those long funnels to make this work, it just makes life very difficult, and I just didn't even want to record anything. But first start, we got Benny back here. Let's see. Oil light came off. Cranked right up, sounds even better. What I'm gonna do now is just put it right here. Unfortunately, it's gonna rain, so I won't be able to paint the bed or calipers today, but I might start prepping at least on the calipers, and we're also getting another K-truck later in this video. So while the headlight's still out, let's just see if this H4 works perfectly fine. This is what I use with all my cars. We actually might get a sponsorship soon. It's in the works. Perfect. I want to clean that up first, so we're probably not gonna do that today. Like I said, it's about to rain, but I'm happy that works. And I think this is where day 1 is going to end. I do still want to do a couple more things. I want to jack the car up, get all 4 wheels off. I want to prep the drums and calipers for the yellow paint. I want to get this off. I want to get these off so I can at least sand it down. It's going to rain today and all day tomorrow, unfortunately. But if I can have this all prepped, once it stops raining, I can just get the bed liner on right away, just start rolling. So let me take off the wheels. Let's get this on jack stands. Calipers have been prepped. They look nice and silver now. Check out those brake pads too. They're basically brand new on both sides. It already started raining, unfortunately. Hopefully it ends rather quickly. I would love to continue this tomorrow. Paint the bed, paint the calipers yellow. Still kind of on the fence if I want to paint the eyelids and bumper white. I'm thinking of taking it to the homies at City Field. I got to really crunch the numbers and see how it looks. Maybe add some underglow. Maybe add a couple things for the interior. I got a bigger one of these in that box. But a pretty successful day 1. Stay tuned for the rest of the build. Road to 30K. An update on this bad boy. We are officially at the halfway point. 100 slots to go. Not sure if I mentioned it earlier, but these decals are actually reflective, which is pretty sick. I would say live drawing, maybe not this weekend, but definitely next. Shout out to everybody who joined. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.
It's pretty stable too.
So you got to give it gas for it to go up?
Yeah, because it's electronic. It just gives it enough power to do it. It just goes faster, otherwise it just goes slow. But this is really worth all the money right here. It's this whole contraption.
I can't believe I have like 6 K cars at my house right now.
It's crazy.
You know what's better than 1 K truck build? 2 of them. And I'm back where I started. The reason we're even at this level is because I bought a S83 Hi-Jet identical to this one. It was also a 4-speed. I didn't know any better at the time that this wasn't ideal for daily driving. But as you saw in that first clip, this is just not any Hi-Jet. This one is actually a dump/scissor lift. We're going to finish the Honda Acty build. That's going to be done this weekend. And maybe we start this one next. If not, I got the Daihatsu Mirror walkthrough getting here early May. We still got the Cappuccino, still got the Alto. A lot of things happening. I'm telling you guys, road to 100K.
Remember the name. This is way before the fame.